Showtime. What's up, historians? Welcome back. I am your host of the Historically Haunted VODCAST, Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter. You know this fucking face. You're not tuning in if you don't know me. What's the point, right? Unless you're new, welcome to the show. This is me, uncut, uncensored, and, ADHD fueled. Excuse me. What's going on, guys? We're heading towards the close of season 5, which reminds me we do have a giveaway coming up for the start of season 6. I can't wait. The first week in August. But until then, a couple more shows to go. Today, I have a client of mine for Historically Haunted Booking, client and a friend. He is a filmmaker. He's an actor in that film. Brandon, what's up? Checking in already. Sending me some stars, dude. Viper Paranormal from Virginia. What's going on, Brandon? Love you, brother. I'm glad you're checking in. I also want to say real quick before we even get into my guest, the show is dedicated to Dan Rivera of New England Society of Spiritual Research. With Nesper and Annabelle's caretaker. I've met Annabelle a couple times now. I've met him 3 times, Annabelle, and I met Dan 3 or 4 times along with Tony. I was Tony's personal guest at the Tony's Paracon that he had with them, the Warren Con in Mohegan Sun, 2013 in Connecticut. Brandon Golding, the one I just talked about. What's up, brother? Brandon, am I wrong? You and I loaded up the Annabelle as Wade Kirby blessed us. We loaded him up with about 5,000 people on stage. Brandon and I were asked to do that. So we loaded up. We had gloves on. We were blessed, holy water, had a prayer, and we loaded up the real Annabelle right on stage there in front of Dan and Tony as ordered by them. So much love, Dan. And please, guys, stop blaming Annabelle. Just leave. Let a man live. Okay, I get it. I'm not going to get into it. And let's not even get into it. This goes up to Dan, the father of 4 and a husband and a friend. God bless, man. Fly high. The show's out for you. My guest today is, yes, it's true. Like I said, guys, it's cool. Don't beat the dead horse. Annabelle is still coming to the main Paracon convention in 2025, September 6th, my birthday, and 7th. I will be there at Augusta Main Civic Center with Jeff. Annabelle is still going to be there. They're holding true to their promise. That's her next big event. Check that out. If you guys want to go, I'll be there. You can come say hi to me. Heather will be there too on a table with a bunch of other people. Snarly Yao is going to be there. Nathaniel Elwell, Danny Perez, Lauren Perez, the Radical is going to be there. A bunch of my clients, so that's awesome. So anyway, tribute to Dan very much. He's been on my show before as well as Tony, so good dude. So God bless, man. So also, before we bring on my guests, as I was getting to it, I'm all over the place. Dustin Grammer. Dustin is a filmmaker, director, producer, actor, musician, plays good mean guitar. I have an entrance that he gave me on playing guitar, as well as an author of 2 books and one on the way. Second one, I'm halfway done, a little more than halfway done. His newest one, The Structure. Look at that, Dustin Grammer. You believe it? Yeah, I should give a shout out to my boy Raph in there from Let's Find Out podcast with Diego. Sign it for me. So we're going to bring him on very shortly, but real quick, a past guest of mine, him and his wife. He's also another filmmaker. That's Anthony Camario, I believe is how it's pronounced. Him and his wife, Mandy. They do a lot of films, independent stuff going on. He sent me this today for the show.
I'm Anthony, and this is Mandy. We're from Forever Entertainment. You're watching the Historically Haunted podcast with Adam Begin. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you know what's good for you.
Yeah, if you know what's good for you.
Appreciate that. You guys are so fucking funny. You guys are awesome. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share if you know what's good for you. That's cool. Thanks, guys. So without further ado, a friend of mine for the last couple of years, a client of mine for 2 years, an all-around great dude, author of some books. Like I said, I've read the first one, Dirt Road Tales of Horror, 13 Tales, crazy book. The structure's getting great. I've seen his movie, Steed's Ridge. It's a mockumentary. It's kind of a comedy spoof documentary movie on Tubi. He's actually in that. I got a signed copy of that, too. This fucking guy's all over the place. So without further ado, I saw him at the Salem Paracon last year with his wife, Brandon, what the fuck? Dustin Grammer.
Hey, how's it going?
It's happening when you go live, brother. What's going on, Dustin? How are you, man?
Hey, good. Like we talked before, man, it's just hot here, but thanks for having me back on, and condolences to the loss there of Dan Rivera. I'd never met him, but when I saw the post, I thought, man, that looks like a really cool guy, and he seemed to be very loved, so condolences to friends and family.
He helped take care of Lorraine Warren after Ed Warren passed away, Lorraine, as you know Miss Lorraine Warren, must have heard of her. He took care of her a little bit because he was the leader of the whole thing with her at the time. And he had an old, I think it was a Chevelle, and he named it Lorraine. He had like a '68 Chevelle, he named it Lorraine after her. He's a good dude. Liked his hot rods, liked his music, liked his horror and shit. And I mean, I don't know him that well, but I have met him a couple times. We were friends. And I heard 3 days ago. Of course, everybody's heard, so I had to dedicate it. And thank you for giving a shout out, Dust. And this is our boy checking in real quick. Ralph Munoz, what's up, Diego?
Yeah, I just listened to Overdrive Wednesday today. I just finished that. Man, that was a good episode with both of y'all on there together.
I did my horror podcast from my house. Yeah, I was showing them all my collections. That's the thing I was telling my girl and people. I'm like, I said, Dustin's dedicated. You listen at work, you listen on the road. You definitely like it in people's stuff. You're very supportive of other people. So for those that don't know you, man, checking in, this is Dustin Grammer. He seems like a very modest, everyday guy because he is. I've met him in person, but he's a director, man. He's a filmmaker. He's an author, and he's just a down-to-earth guy. So definitely check out Moonlit Monster Media. That's also his brand. There's a group page and a Facebook page. Check it out, like it, share it. I got a T-shirt. I wish I brought it with me, but I did bring your book, as you heard backstage, and as I talked to you, The Structure. I'm not going to get too much into it, but it's about a structure, and it's about just, I don't want to talk about it, but do you want to talk about it? Because I think it's great. I mean,
yeah,
do you want to talk about it? Like,
I can talk about it a little bit, but since you're reading it, I can't talk about it too much because I would, I mean, it's a little bit horror, but maybe it's more of a thriller or a sci-fi mystery in a certain way. I think that's kind of how it's gotten classified, but
almost like an action drama in a way too. Almost like
it is a little action. So anyway, it's basically just about this loner redneck guy in Alabama that he lives in a small town, and the people, like at the beginning, he's in the store and the old men are giving him a hard time because he believes that we didn't go to the moon. The earth is flat.
He's a conspiracy theorist type guy.
Yeah, but he got that way. He wasn't always that way, but from reading that there were certain traumatic things in his life that have taken place, and some of his current situations, he kind of clung to that sort of thing, and it's kind of warped his reality a little bit. But he gets a drone, takes it home, and starts to fly it around his place, and sees a structure in the middle of the woods that should not be there, never has been there. So that's not spoiling away too much. So
he grew up in those woods. Well, that's just like anything else. It's part of human nature. And then he gets caught once, and they go to his house and tell him, look, we saw you. Don't do it again. You're cool, but you go back, there's going to be trouble. You don't want trouble. It's like almost like the Men in Black, so to speak, that after you see an alien, they come to your house. Very robotic type people, very cleanly shaven, very almost scripted. And then he goes back, and that's when the real shit starts to happen because he gets caught again. Yes, Heather's reading it next. Heather's downstairs. I told you got to read this next. It's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah. Heather,
so I'm
Heather,
gonna ask, where do you want to get in? Did you want to get into it about how you said it was loosely based off something that happened to you? Do you want to talk about the real life experience?
Yeah, I can. And Heather basically saved my life in Salem because I was starving to death, and she gave me that. What was it?
Dustin still brings that up, Heather.
Yeah, I do, because dude, I take my food serious. Me and my wife, the traffic around the area the day before from the airport and all, in the Boston area, it was a little congested. We weren't exactly sure where we were going. We'd been to Salem before, but not in October, and we knew, to expect it to be a little crazy. So we left really early to find the location, to get there, and we didn't get anything to eat because I'm like, we got to get here, we got to get ready. So I was like really hungry, and Heather gave me one of her snacks, and I think that saved the day. But yeah, the real life story is, it's nothing like the book, but this is just the influence. So when I was in the Navy and I just gotten out of basic training, they sent me on the East Coast. I'm not going to say exactly where, but it was kind of like a remote annex, kind of in a swampy area, to go to my A school afterwards. the place I was supposed to go was full, so they made like an overflow location. Well, anyway, the classes were backed up for a few weeks. So when I got there, we were being put on work details for a few weeks. Well, one of the work details was there was a guy in civilian clothes who would come around in a van and he would pick up a couple of the recruits to go do little odd jobs. And one of the kids, that was there that worked with him regularly, he's like, hey, you have to go with it's like Mr. Williams. He's like, when Mr. Williams comes around today, you should get in the van and go with us. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm bored out of my mind sweeping floors and mopping every day and taking out trash, raking leaves, like stuff the Navy has you doing to stay busy. So
No
when
shit.
the opportunity comes along, I go, this white van pulls up and, I get volunteered to go. Well, he opens, it's like, sounds stupid now. He opens the back of the van and we have to ride in the back, and he takes us to this building on site that I'd seen before, but it looks abandoned from outside. And there's like one car in the parking lot. It just appears like nothing's going on there. And we go inside and he's like, okay, so when we get in here and we go up the elevator, you guys stay with the elevator. Don't come inside the building or whatever. So we go inside the building and he's pulling a cart, like 4 wheels, like we're going to pick something up, but we don't know what. And we go inside this lower level. He opens the door and it's like a warehouse just full of junk. It's dusty, crates, old, whatever. And we go into one of those elevators that has like the pool cage, like it's really old school. We ride up to some different level. And when we get to that level, this building is like a fully operational military building. Like there's lights on, there's offices, all the doors are shut. Every time a door opens, like a high-ranking official comes out, and the dude
The
takes
same
the
building,
card.
but on another level. You're saying, like a different
Yeah, it
floor
was
or
like,
whatever. Oh,
yeah, it was maybe a multi-storied building, but from the outside it looks empty, and on the inside, it's business as usual, full operation. So he goes and gets the cart filled up. Well, he brings out a whole bunch of hard drives, and that's what we load in the van and we leave. So the whole rest of the time I'm there, when we're out in the evenings jogging, doing PT or whatever, like I watch this building because I'm like, dude, there's stuff in this building. Never could see it from the outside. It just looks like a building that has been abandoned that's sitting there. So those are the kind of things, the elements, and growing up in Alabama and living in the woods,
yeah.
hearing sounds at night. We have a lot of gas wells and stuff, and they'll buzz and make metallic noises. And I thought to myself as a kid with an imagination, like, what if that's the gate open and to let the things out? There's zombies in the woods or something. It's fun little things. And I just kind of combine some of those experiences to write the structure.
I feel it in the book. Not to cut you off, but like it's funny you say that because you're in Alabama, right? You're the deep woods south. As you know, I'm in Upper Maine, Stephen King world. I'm way up by the Appalachians, so it's kind of the same thing, just obviously different elements or whatever. But I mean, for the most part, it's pretty fucking rural. There's more moose than people where I live up north, and even just growing up in Lisbon, where I grew up, it's very much a town, not a city. Very very small, 2 street lights, something like that. And sometimes, man, you just, I don't know. And that's what it's funny you described that. But I think in real life, we're leery of things because the imagination gets a hold of you. Of course, we've read books, we've seen movies. I get it. But at the same time, man, how far-fetched is some of that shit? Here you're telling me it's based off a thing and your true story, so to speak. Like, oh, thank you for serving, by the way.
Oh,
bless you. That's huge. What the fuck are on these files? Alien autopsy videos, prisoner videos. Like I remember watching The Walking Dead and they had a barn full of zombies and it's just like on a house. I go by barns and shit now and like like back roads, Lisbon and Green. I'm like, there could be a fucking girl held hostage and they perform sexual satanic rituals on her. I mean, who knows? I mean, I know it's far fetched, but is it?
It's not. And some of my other stories that I'm working on now and in the past, Dirt Road Tales of Horror. I mean, they're Southern based, but it's that kind of stuff though. It's like, because I wrote the one based off of me and my wife's trip to our anniversary to stay in that cabin, and that story ended up being a cult, that essentially summons up this snake guy, demon thing over souls and musician talent, so I mean, Yeah, those are the kind of things when you're in these elements that just cross your mind, with an imagination. Like, what if?
I think that's what keeps people. I think the thing is too is who's to say no, right? Like just like people that believe in Bigfoot and now aliens. It was like no aliens. Now the government admitted, well, yeah, there is aliens. So holy fuck. So all these time people thought they were just crazy. There really is. So what else is there? I don't know, man. I see things like I remember, like, I know it's a little bit off subject, but I remember this one time, I think it was like 3 years ago, this apartment in like a city, Detroit or something, some fucking kid broke free from being held captive there for like 6 years in the basement, and no one knew about it. Did you hear about that? It was like kidnapped kid. The kid was kidnapped when it was like 8. It was like 16 when it escaped, and he was like, I've been there for 6 years, and they fucking no one even knew. It's a regular community, so, and that's a city.
I've read stories of similar things though, where like a woman escaping a basement because there's traffickers and they find 12 other women. I mean, yeah, that stuff actually happens and it's awful.
Yeah.
But
as far as government projects, like they say, for all these other, they could be rabbit. Come on, dude. If the government knows how to make bombs and make diseases and natural born diseases, Agent Orange, you don't think they have a rabid Cujo somewhere? A real fucking life Cujo from Stephen King, a dog that can bite your face off? That's literally a robot. I mean, why is it? Well, no, that doesn't exist. Fuck it. Prove me wrong. What's up, Samai? Enchantress from Connecticut. She had a great weekend in the Connecticut Fest with Thomas and them. And the event Dustin's talking about, guys, Thomas put on last year was the Salem Paracon next to Heather and I and Dustin's wife, Erica. Heather fell in love with you guys. We got sitting right next to you the whole event. That was awesome. And you guys were super cool. And yeah, we'll have to do it again soon. So,
yeah.
So what could you?
Cool people. It was not. I'm interrupting you, I guess.
No, it's a delay.
You were talking about the Salem event, though, but I got to meet you, Heather, Nathaniel Elwell hung out and talked to me a lot. The Radicals were really cool. Thomas and Charles.
Samai was there, right? I believe, right? Samai was there for a little bit, if I remember right. Right? Bunny was there, right?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing Bunny. I don't remember seeing Samaya there.
Maybe she wasn't. But I know Bunny was there, and Jesus. Yeah, that was a good time. We get to go to Salem State University and run the town on that, and that was pretty wild, man.
Yeah, you and the cop.
Me and the Salem cop hanging out.
Yeah.
I go right up. I'm like, what's going on? I go like this. Like, I'm going to grab his gun. He's like, whoa. So I want to ask you some serious ones. I want to get into a lot of fun ones with you because we've done a show together, and it is in the archives of Historically Haunted on YouTube. Guys, go ahead and check it out. Please fucking subscribe. You guys subscribe to assholes who eat their own toenails, but you won't subscribe to my shit. Get on it. 400 subscribers isn't good enough. Fuck that shit. But anyway, so actually, this is actually sponsored, this episode, by Samai. By the way, Samai's Golden Pyramid. Check her out. She does a card reader, a goods maker. Very, very good stuff. So Dustin, who do you look up to as far as authors go? Like, who really inspired you to write? Is there someone in your family? Is it a regular author? Is it just something you always wanted to do?
It was okay. So I've thought about that before, and my dad is a good storyteller, but it's more like spoken word. Like just growing up, he would tell a little story, and like even now, since I've written a couple books, and I go see him, and he'll tell me about anything from ghost stories maybe he's heard before. But he's not really much of a horror ghost story guy, so it'll be like stuff he remembers about our community growing up, like this person lived here and one time they had a rail car that ran through this part. So he's a pretty good storyteller. I had a grandmother who read a lot, but where it really hit me, I would think, was around the 6th grade. We had little modules, like when you're in elementary school and they're like, you had to go through this book. Well, we went through the Book of Three by Lloyd Alexander, which is like an adventure. It's similar to Lord of the Rings. Probably not many people have heard of that. It's a whole 5-book series for younger kids, but it's like Welsh mythology is where it's heavily based. And that resonated with me along with, watching X-Men and Spider-Man. So we ended up with a project in class they gave us these paper masks and we had to generate a story to perform in front of the class. Me and I think we're in groups of 3 or 4. So me and the guys I was with, I write the story, swords and dragons and stuff. And the masks, when you put them on, they give you power. Yeah. And we do this whole presentation where everybody liked the story so much, I worked on a sequel and then a third one. And Miss Jones, Miss Barty Jones, that was the name of the sixth grade teacher. She was like really encouraging that. She was like, "Are you working on a sequel?" And she would let me read to the class after lunch. And I would see her, once I moved on through middle school or whatever, I'd
Oh,
run into her every once in a while. She'd be like, "Have you finished your novel yet? Are you writing anything?" And I guess that's where it started. I just figured out I just really enjoyed writing stories. And then I struggled from there my whole life. I've always had these ideas to write stories, to do this, but I've never completed a project. Like I'll start stuff and just never complete it. So it took almost being, which I am 40 now, but the last couple of years is when I've done Steve's Ridge and the Dirt Road Tells a Horror. I mean, it literally took from, I guess, being 10 years old to almost 40, like nearly 30 years to complete something. And the ideas will just stay in my head
wow.
and just bother me, until I write them down. So, short
Seems like you're on
story.
a roll now,
That's
though.
what you
The
say.
movie, the first book, structure. Now you're on your third one already. You're just fucking pushing
Yeah.
them right out now. At this point, you're fucking really catching up. Yeah.
Yeah. And this third one, The Other Side of the Graveyard, it's going to be similar to Dirt Road Tells a Horror. It's just going to be, I took some criticism, constructive, from friends that, and Dirt Road needs work. I've gone back and looked through it and I'm like, geez, man, what was I doing? I could write better than that. I don't like the way I phrase this. I don't like this. This seems very amateur, very elementary. So I'm going to go back and repolish that and re-release like a better edition. I'm happy with the plots. I'm happy with the stories themselves. I just uh, the written part, the grammar part needs a little work. There's some typos that got in there that need ironed out. So what I'm doing with The Other Side of the Graveyard, with the criticisms, constructive, of course, where we like character development. I want to be attacked. The short stories were really short, so these are a little longer. I'm a little more character oriented, so there'll be fewer. There won't be 19. There may be 10, 11 of these. I'm going to go with the same format of a storyteller. There was a Chance, the hitchhiker who rode with the trucker who told the dirt road tales. On this next story, I've got another storyteller and a conclusion with a supernatural piece. So
Oh, cool.
that's kind of where
So
I'm going.
it's a little,
Werewolves,
different.
vampires, some Irish mythology, just different, like Bigfoot. I try to keep fresh subjects in the short story.
I tell you, man. And Dirt Road Tells a Horror. There's like one story out of all of them that has a decent ending. The rest are all pretty bad. I'm like, oh, what a bad ending. That's fucking awesome. I love it. It's so off script. It's so Stephen King style. It's like the end when you think there's a little good part. There's always a little part where it's like, nah, not quite. Which brings me to my next question. As you know, I'm a big Stephen King guy. What's your favorite Stephen King book and or movie?
Okay, so I listened to your show enough.
You always ask. I love it.
Maybe not live, but when I get chances at work where I'm unattended and I can put headphones in for an hour, hour and a half, sometimes I listen to the shows. So I thought maybe this would come up. So written Stephen King books so far, out of the ones I've read, I think Salem's Lot was my favorite book. Movie, Silver Bullet.
Ooh, no one. I don't think anyone. Is that get Corey Haim in it? Right?
Yeah,
He's in the
yeah.
wheelchair.
Yes, that's right. The boy in the wheelchair. And I just read Cycle of the Werewolf like a couple of months ago. So
Haven't read that one yet.
Oh, that's a good one, man. And it's short. It doesn't take long to get through it.
I thought that had multiple stories in it. No? Or is that by itself?
It's each month is a chapter. Each month. So it starts in January and it goes. And the werewolf, every full moon, of the month, that's a chapter of it's like a novelette, I think. So
No shit. Okay. No, that's cool. I dig that. That's a good answer. That's pretty cool. I believe Salem's Law was his second book. Well, correct? Was it right after Carrie? I think it's the second oldest book.
Maybe it's an earlier one.
I know
a lot of people will say The Stand. I see that a lot. I've read The Stand. I read that extended version, and it had me very, very invested for maybe a half to three quarters, and they lost me near the end. I know that's not popular. A lot of that is going to piss some people off, like dude, The Stand's the best thing ever. But to me, it's really the end, man. I don't think so.
His long books get me terrified. I haven't read it yet. I'm not gonna lie. It took Heather like 3 months to read it.
Oh man, I picked it up at the bookstore and saw how big it was. I was like, man, I don't have time for this right now.
Jesus, you could kill somebody with it. It's so big. I swear to God, if you guys ever see even the little tiny novels of it, are this fucking, it's pretty wild.
It's a brick, yeah. It's probably really good, and I know I'm like, dude, I would probably really like that, but I don't have time to read like 1,500 pages right now or whatever it is.
1853 or something.
I thought The Stand was big, and it is. And then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
It's a phone book from the '80s.
Yeah.
The phone books now I don't even think they make. I haven't had a phone book in years, actually.
But I like his style. I like how Stephen King does people. Like he writes his characters. They're awful. Like the awful ones are awful, but so are real people, though. I mean, it's like some people get a little critical, and they're like, he wrote a pervert, and this guy's racist and that. But it's like, yeah, but people are though. Like, and it's a horror book, so.
Well, as you know, critics are going to be everywhere. You couldn't write even the people even critic the Bible. So you tell me. Have you ever read any of his kid shit? Heather read his wife's stuff, Tabitha King, and I do have some of Owen's books, Horns and Nosferatu and shit like that. You read any of his kid shit? I know you don't read a lot, but you must have read before. I mean,
man, I was gonna pick up Nosferatu because I figure it's probably a vampire book, and I like vampire stuff, but I haven't yet.
That's your thing, vampires? That's your favorite type of creature? That's your favorite type of monsters, a vampire?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but they're up there. Yeah, they're definitely up there. I don't know. I don't guess I have a favorite exactly, but vampires are up there. Vampire stories.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to write a couple myself. I'm trying to include one in the other side of the graveyard. I've just got to see how that's gonna shake out.
I can't wait to read it. I've read both your books. Well, I'm almost done your second book, but I read them. I got your movie. You sent it to me signed. We're going to talk about your movie in a minute too. But before we do that, I want to go. We're at the halfway point. I want people to know, where can people find Dustin's books, DVDs, what you're just doing? I mean, Moonlit Monster Media, obviously, but is there any other .com websites or anything?
They're all my projects are, the books are published. The movie's distributed by Zombie Media with Thomas Markham.
Yes.
The movie, I believe, is still on Tubi, and the books are available on Amazon. And honestly, to tell you the truth, if you send me a message, I'll freaking probably mail you one of them. I've done that several times. I could sell them, but I'd rather, if somebody really wants to read it and they're going to enjoy it, or maybe will enjoy it, it's like, dude, here, you can have it.
Fucking Justin orders me historically haunted magnets as a gift through fucking whatever it was called, the zipper, whatever the fuck, sticker mule. That's what it was. Stickers, magnets, or whatever. That's one thing. And here you got to come to Maine. So yeah, definitely, guys, buy his shit. Get him some money so you can come to Maine, take my tour, and be at the convention next year. Him and his wife, who I follow. Well, your wife's not to get real quick, but your wife, I follow her. She's been working out, man. She's gonna be a wrestler soon.
Yeah, she works out like
she's gonna kick your ass.
That's where she's at right now. Yeah, she probably could. She's out right now, I think, jogging like 7 miles or something. And
I follow you, and of course we met him. I follow you every time on Facebook. She's always doing a back press. I go, holy shit! So kudos to her, man. That's, you guys both stay busy. Of course, having kids, it's nonstop. Dustin, what do you do for enjoyment, man? What do you do for downtime? You're always goofing around. I noticed. Let's talk about music. That's a big thing of yours. You play a mean guitar, right?
If you say so, yeah. Thank you. Man, I've been trying to plan on getting back to that more. I've been so focused on writing the next book right now that I really neglected to play. Actually, I played my acoustic probably 2 hours before I came on this show just to goof off for a minute. But yeah, I play in my downtime some video games. I hang out with my kids a lot.
I see you're a good father, man. You love your kids. You include them in your little short videos and shit. Yeah. You wear masks. You're very goofy, very fun spirited. I love that. So I guess music's kind of like not your guilty sin, but kind of just your little unwinding thing, I guess. Is that fair? Like your little just kick the can,
I wrote a story when I was 10 years old, but I would probably say I was a musician before anything else. I picked up a guitar around 15 years
Wow.
old.
Okay.
My best friend, we would hang out and we'd listen to Guns N' Roses and watch pop-up video and that sort of stuff. And he helped me learn, and I just got really interested in hard rock and metal and blues. And I've always, grew up listening to country music from a young age. But my teenage years, I kind of got in my 20s, I kind of got away from that for a little while and went hard rock metal, but always grew up, riding in my dad's truck, and he'd be listening to like country music. So I play a
Like a
little bit.
little man. Yeah, I remember listening to ZZ Top and Zeppelin with my dad and shit, and
Yeah.
sitting on a park bench, Jethro Tull. Fine little girls with bad intentions. Give me some bands, man. What's some of the shit you rock out to for rock and metal, brother?
Well, I'm an old school guy. Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Ozzy solo, Iron Maiden, Dokken.
Ozzy's tour.
Did you see any of that? The Back to the Beginning?
I saw like bits and pieces. I saw how Black Sabbath walked off stage. They brought him a cake, and he cried to the crowd, sat in that big black chair.
Yeah. That I like. There were a lot of artists there that. Did I lose you? There you are. Are you there?
A lot of people were in the crowd. Jason Armozo there, the guy that played Aquaman. There we go. The Wi-Fi here is hard. I'm in Heather's, and the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi sucks at my spot too, but yeah, I lost you. The Wi-Fi here is kind of rough.
Yeah, that's kind of what I listen to, though. I'll play, I like Jimi Hendrix a whole lot, Rolling Stones, blues, that kind of stuff. Led Zeppelin's a big.
Oliver Anthony?
No, not really.
My girlfriend doesn't like him either.
Yeah, I that one didn't resonate well with me. But if I'm gonna listen to country music, though, it's gonna be like Merle Haggard or Willie Nelson or somebody like that. Old
David Allen Co. I used to have the best of David Allen Co.
Yeah, not really him so much. I really probably should have been born like 10 or 15 years earlier than I was, because I'm like really into like old man stuff like now,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Van Halen. What's that?
I mean, next, like one day, like I love Slipknot and shit like that, but then I can listen to Johnny Cash, I can listen to Pink Floyd, I can listen to Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane. So it's whatever, man. It's all about, I guess, timing, how you feel, and I dig that. I'm not secluded to just one thing, but I dig that. At the halfway point, I usually ask my guests if they get a question for me. You want to play host and ask me a question?
Yeah. Let me think. Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay, money's not an option. Say like, your magic guy just shows up today and he's like, "Hey, Adam, how are you doing?" Knocks on your door. "Hey, you're in Maine. Hey, Adam, where would you like to go, like success wise? Like, hey, Adam, I'm going to grant you, like, I'm going to pay for this. Do you want to promote a radio show? Do you want to be a movie guy? Do you want to write books? Like, where would you see yourself going?"
You know what's funny? I mean, that's a great question. That's
if you could deep dive into your hopes and dreams, like as a goal, like where do you think you would try to go?
That's a good one. As you know, I kind of wear many hats, and I'm kind of not throwing shit to the wall to see what sticks, so to speak. But if you know anything about a little bit about my past, obviously after my mom passed away, I got in a car accident and I was out of it. I thought I died or whatever the fuck. I was pretty much out of it, and I was homeless. Heather and I took some time off, and I lost my shit, lost my job. Corona hit, and I was in an abandoned RV for a little bit. Contemplated suicide, the whole nine. This is right before my show started. And then I got an offer from some dude I talked to host my own show on his network because he thought I knew my shit. And then I just said, fuck it. And here I am going to be 46, literally September 6th, the day of the convention. So I'm almost to 50, and I haven't done anything super big. I'm halfway through my first book. I do the podcast. I do the booking. I sang in a metal band for 5 years. I recorded a CD, which is cool. Opened up for Mushroom Head. You ever heard of Mushroom Head? Like
From just listening to your show, yeah.
Yeah, I opened up for them. So I definitely, I know it sounds cheesy. I'm not trying to sound like a lazy bitch because I work my ass off, trust me. But I don't want to work again the rest of my life. And what I mean by that is I don't want to work for someone. Right. I don't want to have to get up and go to fucking work for them. I'd love to be paid full time. And I almost do make enough money because I live modestly. I own my home. I don't have any bills. Everything I have, I own. I have bills, but I don't have payments.
Right. Yeah.
Really. So if I could just get enough money to keep the podcast, you know, and maybe even eventually get contracts for my booking agent thing and try to be legit and actually get a percentage of people that show up and all that shit. I'd love to just, I guess that's tough because if I had to choose one thing, I really would like to stick with podcasting because not only do I get sponsorship, money sent to me, and now I got an offer to be in a movie from that guy that had the thing before the show, Anthony Camiri and his wife Mandy. They want me to be in their Boredom and Bloodshed movie being filmed in Rochester, New York. They said I could be in it, no fee to me. I wouldn't get paid, but I could be an actor. And if I can't go to New York, I can do a video from home and send it to them to be in it. I don't know if I should even say that. I probably shouldn't have said that, but basically I have a chance to be an actor. So I kind of want to try it all. Especially finishing my book, I want to be considered an author. It's cool. I'm a podcaster, a booking agent, a singer, songwriter, musician, and then maybe be a fucking actor, right? So that's tough, man. I'm beating around the bush with your question. I guess I just want to be.
That's answering it. I mean,
well, it's the podcast. I really love the door it's open because I get to talk to people like you from Alabama.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I get to new opportunities. People send me goods. You know, here's my product. Here's my book. I get shit. You sent me your book at no cost. Signed it. You know how much stuff I got for free sent to me for having a podcast? Books, DVDs, goodies, incense, candles. You fucking name it. Raph sends me his business cards, dildos, crack pipes. I can name it, man. I get it all from everyone. So it's pretty good. Never mind scratchy assistant. Oh, assistant? Yes. Oh, I could be personal. Stephen King. I met him last year. I almost passed out in his presence. I met him and his son in Bangor. But see, that's another thing, too. I'm doing my tour. Danny and Lauren are coming down there taking my tour. They've done it 3 times already. And I've given them movie filming sites and the B-52 bomber crash site. So I don't know, man. I would love to do tours. How's that? That's my final answer. I want to get a mini bus and do tours and be a tour agency. I know all through New England where vampires are buried in Rhode Island. There's a vampire grave. They dug him up after his family died, after 8 months of him being dead, and his heart was still warm. So they burned it. They burned it, and the person that was bitten by the vampire, they gave it to them to drink the heart of their relative who was buried. I forget the name off the top of my head, but look that up. That's in Rhode Island.
Yeah, didn't they get sick and die though?
Yes, so you've heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
So what could be work? Going to historical sites, movie filming sites, graveyards, haunted houses, Stephen King places. That's not work, dude. To get paid to do that and to bring excitement to people. Like you said, I almost do it for free. If you come to Maine, I charge, but at the same time, I'd be like, come on, let's go to King's house. I got to show you his gate. Spiders on his gate. Danny threw his book over the gate once after he wrote his book, The Radicals. It landed on Stephen King's front yard. I don't know if he took it, but I was there. So I'm going to bring not your book, but if you hand me a bunch of books, I'll throw the structure over his fence for the fuck of it. I'll record myself. No, you come up to me and you do it yourself. That's what you got to do.
All right.
So where does Dustin see himself next year, man? Do you see yourself writing a possible 4th book, maybe another movie?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be books. I was working on like a legitimate documentary at one point, and Raph, Diego was giving me some stuff, and Gene Tewksbury teamed up with Diego. We're gonna, they gave me some material to use on Big Cats, and unfortunately, I just couldn't get enough momentum out of. It was going to take people in the local area to bring me their ghost stories or Bigfoot sightings, and I got a couple Bigfoot sightings, but I couldn't get any paranormal people. And I kind of I don't remember exactly where I branched off, but I just started writing Dirt Road Tales of Horror, and I had so much fun writing, and it felt more like. I don't know. It felt the best. So I'm planning on writing. So I'm going to try to finish this book I'm working on now. I'm getting close. I want to see it released by maybe September before October. So I can have hard copies in hand. I want to go back and polish up the first book. Like I said earlier, there's so much that bothers me about it. I want to go back and correct. I've got 5 stories in mind for like a gothic horror, because I like Victorian gothic horror books too. And I've got stories that don't fit with my Southern narrative. So I want to try to maybe this winter do those 4 or 5 in their own little book. And then I'm partially working on a biography for a guy I know who's a social media influencer, and he's got to get me some more notes. It'll be kind of a shorter book, but I'm working on that. That's not fictional. And it's been fun, like writing a book, helping him write a book, and it be about like from a person's viewpoints, their opinions, their eyes. That's different, but I've had fun with that. Yeah, so maybe by next year I'll have 2 or 3 more things done. I hope. Man, it takes so much out of me though. It's hard work because I can sit there and I'll look at the screen. And it's like it just takes the energy out of me trying to put myself in. Like I try to like act like I'm in the room as the character, trying to write what I'm seeing, what it feels like, what the atmosphere is like, and I'll sit down, say like at 6 o'clock in the evening after working all day and I'm freaking tired. And I look up and it's 8:30 and I need to start getting ready for bed. And I'm like, crap, where did the time go? And I've written like 10 or 15 pages or something. I'm like, man, I didn't get as far as I wanted to go with that, but at least I did something. And then there's times when the ideas will hit me and bother me. And it's like, dude, I got to sit down and write this. Dude, I got to sit down and write this. It's like, I don't feel like it today. And then it stresses me out because I didn't write, and then I feel like crap, and then I won't write. So it's tough sometimes, but it's a cycle, yeah. But that's what I enjoy the most right now is trying to write things, and eventually I'll pick some music back up because that's what started. It was trying to get some musical tracks into a film, and that didn't work out. So I just keep going accidentally into the next thing.
Oh, of your own stuff? Like your own musical tracks from your own music?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome. That's cool. Better than paying somebody, yeah.
Well, yeah, Steve's Ridge, that every piece of music in the whole movie I did.
That's you. No shit.
So I was like, well, if I can't get in someone else's film, heck, I'll just make my own.
And he acted in it, guys. And he acted in it.
I wouldn't call it acting, but I was in it. I was there.
You're such a dumb character. I love it. Oh, look at this. Diego writes, Dustin is a writing machine.
Diego is a working machine, dude. He keeps in touch with me. He's such a motivator too.
Tales from the Crib, man. I read it. I got it at home sign. That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, his book is a really good book. I've read it twice, and there's parts of it, dude, they're actually like scary. They're true stories. So
that's it too. Hey, Christine Marie, that's it too. Like he says, he literally remembers these since he was from the crib. It's not like the crib in my house. It's the crib, like bars,
like baby crib. Yeah, I love that book, man. I hope he writes more. Man, he's really got a knack for writing. He does. He's got a great, man. I love his introductions on his show. It's very well put together. He's so good with his guests. Both of you are, but it's a different dynamic.
It's a different, but I tell you, I look, we feed off each other. We kind of, and when we get together, it's a fucking time. He's a good shit. We talk a lot, and he tells me he talks to you a lot, and I think you're one of the closer ones with all of us because you're well grounded. You're very, very well grounded. I had another question. Shit, man, I just lost it. Give me a second. Oh yeah. So how did you come up with the name Moonlit Monster Media? Was that just you that came up with that name?
Dude, okay, it's kind of funny.
I see you smiling.
Yeah, it's a joke. It was a joke, but
what?
Yeah, okay. I like werewolves and stuff too, so don't get me wrong.
Monster, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the logo. But Moonlight, all right, so I'm kind of a nerd. And my brother and his friend are kind of nerds, which they did a podcast, Redneck Magic Heroes, for a little while, where it covered like tabletop, like Dungeons and Dragons, wizards and stuff, but they would also talk about going fishing and hunting stories. So it was like kind of a dual thing. So my brother was trying to, well, he didn't really try. He did. He was creating his own tabletop game where you roll dice and stuff. So I was part of that for a little while, me and his best friend, Cody. and we had to come up with characters, and we're trying to help him build his mechanics for his game. Well, my character had like moonlight power. Uh, he got stronger at night or whatever, and they started like picking on me because like everything I did, like I started just really hammering into it. Like, okay, well, my guy's a moon guy, so they kept calling it my moon powers, or I'd record a guitar piece and name it after like Silver Bullet, and it'd be on a full moon background and stuff. So they
Oh,
they pick on me playfully, about my moon powers all the time. So when it came time, I did Steed's Ridge, and
no
I'm like,
shit.
I was like, dude, I want my own company now. I want my own trademark here. What am I? What am I going to call it? And I was like, it's got to be Moonlight because of my brother. To get back at these guys.
Oh,
That was almost like like a sarcastic name, Moonlight Monster Media. So they could say, there he goes again with his moon stuff,
oh my God! But it's so
But
fitting with a werewolf and a full moon and everything. It's so fitting. But it's
yeah,
an
it
inside
ended
joke.
up
That's
actually
cool.
being a name I liked. It ended up kind of being cool, even though I was trying to be kind of funny with them, and just ran with it.
I love the logo. You got the shirt you sent me. It's very bright. It's got the wolf in front of the moon howling. The moon's all colorful and
Yeah, I like
oh
the
man,
retro blues and retro colors a lot. So
oh
that's
that's cool.
what I try to use.
Fucking Diego, man. You're fucking that's Diego fucking told me about you, and I remember looking you up, and I'm like, who the fuck's this Dustin cat? And I saw your shit, and I said, man. And then I watched Steve's Ridge on Tubi, and I said, oh man, I got to talk to this fucking guy. And then the Moonlit Monster story, man, it's pretty good. I tell you, you stay busy for a father and a husband and a worker and an author and a director, musician, and fucking wow, pretty good.
Yeah, it's a
Who do you look up for movie makers, man? You into like not maybe like Quentin Tarantino? You into like
oh
the old
man.
school zombie guys like George Romero, and all them?
Uh, let's see. Maybe not movie maker. I mean, yeah, I do have a couple that I do like, but like I like old stuff. So I would say like the Universal monsters.
Yeah.
Uh, I like all those. I know you're asking me for movie makers, but
Well, no, I get you. I don't know all the directors' names either, but like you said, you like the original, like the Mummy and
yeah, but I like Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and
Phantom of the Opera is wild.
yeah, and Vincent Price, that kind of stuff. I like those guys. I was telling you because I listened to you on Overdrive Wednesday with Diego, and you were talking about Friday the 13th. Well,
Yes.
I'd started watching those from the beginning last year. So recently I'd watched 6, 7, and I'm almost done with 8. And it's like it hit me as a flashback that was the first horror movie I'd ever seen when I was like
And which
4
is
or 5.
what? Which is what? Jason Takes Manhattan. That's my
Yeah.
favorite, my first Jason. You said that earlier. I said, oh my God, we got a Bond when he's on the ship and he gets electrocuted and wakes him up when the people are fucking in the boat. And he's got the mask. Remember the guy's got the mask and he stabs his girlfriend with a fake
Yeah.
knife and then
But that that electrical wire that runs across the bottom of the lake, we would go. I saw that my aunt was babysitting me, and I'd never seen a horror movie, and I don't even know how they got away with just playing that in front of like a 4-year-old. But I actually watched it. But I remembered seeing that wire on the bottom, and I'm like 4 or 5. You don't understand electricity, and I saw it shock and blow up, and bring him back to life. Well, we would go to this little lake. And, sometimes, and it had like a buoy, like a line like that, but it floated, but it was a barrier for the swimming area. And I was thinking, that's how you shock, you get shocked if you go touch that or whatever, because that's what happened to Jason.
life lessons from the horror movies. I love it.
Right.
If you guys remember, that's when they drop the anchor on the yacht to have sex and stuff, and the anchor triggers on like it must like an underground wire, which happens to be next to Jason. It hits it, electrocutes Jason. It wakes him up out of a death coma, and then that's fucking. Then he's walking the streets of Manhattan. That's actually Kane Hodder. I met Kane twice. I met Kane. I got a selfie with him. He held a machete to my throat. Because Diego get into it. I think Diego likes Mike Myers, right? That's his one. And we're Jason Voorhees, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, it was the other way around. I thought he was a Jason guy, and I see his argument with Supernatural Jason later. Which I think those are my 2 favorites so far, was maybe part 2 and part 6, as far as I've gotten.
CJ Graham's coming to the. He was Jason in part 3 and 4, I believe. He's coming to the main convention. I haven't met him yet. I met Ariel Lehman. He's the kid that was in the canoe in the beginning. He tips the girl over, Adrian King.
Yeah.
I met him a year. He plays in First Jason. He plays electric piano, like a sideways keyboard thing. It's like a guitar. First Jason's the band, but he's the singer and he plays in that. I met him. Oh yeah, I love that shit. So you like the classic horrors, like obviously Freddy. Robert Englund's getting a star on the walk there in California next month.
Oh yeah, I think
Freddy,
I saw that on a Facebook post.
I think it's Lauren Perez, the Radicals checking in. You met them, I believe, in Salem. Danny and Lauren have the hearse with the casket.
Yeah,
they make
yeah,
Ouija boards out of cottonwood. Yeah.
They were so cool, and they were like really nice to me and Erica. And I bought one of their coffee mugs, and they had one. Crap, I can't even remember what it had on it now. But I was gonna go get it, and it was gone. But we got the one with the UFO. My wife drinks out of it all the time. It's like a UFO abducting this guy, and I think it says like "I choose you" or something like that. It was like very, very well made stuff and really cool people to chat with.
I love our group.
Medium
Irene Arkeloise, hello.
I just listened to her episode with you Sunday. I was cutting grass, and that was a really good episode.
Oh, Dustin's a big fan of the show as well as a client as well, Irene. So. My favorite show about Jason walking into Manhattan and kicks over the boom. Oh my God, we were not saying that earlier, remember? And the guys turn around, the gangsters with the little knives, and they go, "Yo, what the fuck's up?" And Jason goes, and he go, "Yo, it's cool, because his face is fucking fucked up." That's pretty wild. Let's see. Let's see. We're looking at about 10, 15 minutes. We can go over, man. Anything you want to touch on that I haven't yet before we look at 10, 15 minutes, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I can go as long as you want to. Tomorrow's Friday.
I just like to make sure everybody's, because I always get to the end of the show and someone's like, "Well, I want to talk about this." I go, "Oh shit!" So I want to make sure.
Oh man, no, you got me for as long or whatever you want to talk about, dude.
Cool. Oh, that's what I'm saying. You're easy peasy, man. You're fucking always fun. So what is Steed's Ridge? For those that don't know, it is a mockumentary. What's it loosely based off of?
All right, so. I need to go back and repost them one day because now I do the Terror Tuesdays around Halloween where I've got the guy in the top hat and he's like tonight, and I tell and then I go into like black, and it's a black and white classic looking film with my kids and mask or me, the hot dog stand killing werewolf, and because his granddad choked on the werewolf or choked on a hot dog and. Anyway, but anyway, so Steed's Ridge I started making goofy reels with my friend who is now an influencer. He gets paid like he's really taking off. That's what he does. But we started out together making stuff, and I decided like one day we're like, let's do two rednecks who see Bigfoot, or let's do two rednecks who saw a UFO or tell a ghost story. And I did a little short reel of me sitting in my yard. Like I was upset, like I saw the Bigfoot and he busted out my window and all that. So that scene's in Steed's Ridge. And for some reason, I just sat there one day as my editing skills got a little better with the apps or whatever. I was like, and I watch a lot of B movies and Bigfoot documentaries and stuff on Prime and Tubi. Yeah, I love that stuff. So I was like, there's certain ones I watched. I'm like, I wonder if I could make something like that. If I have help, if people help me out. So I started just asking people. It's like, if I started making a movie and, I did scenes of myself as this weird Eugene character with the long hair and whatever. I was like, could you like do a video of like you having a Bigfoot sighting and it be kind of funny, not too serious. And I'm going to put them all together and see if I can make a movie. And it's just the same crap I always do. It's like if I get an idea, if I think I can achieve it, I'm like, let me see how far I can push this jump. Like I'm gonna try stuff, dude. And then like it's not like I spend, and it's probably to a fault. Like I don't just spend months and years researching. Like you have to have this camera, or to be an author, you have to have this vocabulary. It's like if I feel like I want to try to do it, it's like let's just try and see what the heck happens, and then I'll get another idea. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a movie. And it's like, okay, well, I'd recorded music first. It's like, well, I can't get my music in a movie. I'll make my own movie and put my music in that. And then,
Yeah.
Thomas was like, Markham Zombie Media is like, you want me to, I'll distribute it. Because I was asking him questions about how do you make your movies? How do you format this? How do you do
Yeah,
the
get him on
screen?
the show.
Yeah, and he would answer my questions, and I'm like, I'm working on this movie, and he's like, if you want me to look at it, I don't mind looking over your stuff. And he's like, as a matter of fact, you want me to distribute for you, we can work on that. I'm like, yeah, here, you can have it.
Wow.
And then it went to books, and if I get an idea, like, hey, try it and see what happens.
That's why when I share your shit, I always try to put in association with Zombie Media because you're kind of with them, even though yeah. What's going on? Perceived Paranormal. Lisa and Dan Stone. That's pretty cool because he knows his shit. I follow his stuff, and he really thinks highly of you guys and shit. And that's cool. He's a good dude.
Yeah, and if you're working with him, like, dude, he's fast. It's like, I'll send him a book or something to whatever, and he's like, yeah, I might have it out by next week. And it's like 2 days later, he's like, it's done, it's ready. I'm like,
what?
Holy crap, man!
Wow, impressive.
Yeah, he's quick.
Wow.
But I was trying to do the whole like amateur. Not, it was like I don't know if you call it amateur, but generally curious, like from a skeptic's viewpoint on paranormal. I was like, let's do a documentary on. We're not going to like go in with a quick, we're not going to go in there and be like, hey, ghost, did you die? Who are we speaking to? It's like, let's go in these old places and hang out.
That'd probably make it too, though. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and record, and see what happens. And that kind of fell to the wayside. I went in a couple little haunted places, and I did get a couple EVPs, but to be honest with you, I got this feeling, and I still feel this way. It's like, dude, I don't want to be screwing with this. Like, this isn't playtime. This is for real. Some of those EVPs, they weren't very friendly. Like the ones like shut the door. I'm like, hey man, I heard it. I'm gonna write books. I'm gonna be a fictional guy, entertainment purposes. But I can't explain this. And
you have that side though. You're a believer.
Well, I have stuff I can't explain. I don't know what I think. I wouldn't say like, I don't call people a liar either. Like people say they see Bigfoot. It's like, well, maybe you did. I wasn't there. I don't know, but
you have to know what you're doing and how to
yeah.
protect it. Christina Spencer says. See, everybody says that too, and it's true. Palo Santo, sage, prayers, rosary beads, the whole night, holy water. A lot of it's mindset too. You know what I mean? But you also got to know a situation.
I don't feel vulnerable. I don't feel afraid because I pray, and I in my beliefs, Christian beliefs, I'm like, I'm fine, but also with those beliefs, it's like, I don't need to be here, so exactly. And, I had a woman who was my Bigfoot witness on film, and she was telling me, cause she does paranormal stuff. She's like, you guys don't do that. You're going to bring something home with you. You're going to screw this up. So it's like
taunting, you mean, like, or just playing?
No, we weren't taunting. No, we're never disrespectful. And she was just kind of like, if you go in these places and you're trying to do this stuff, you could really mess up. So we're like, yeah, let's leave that one.
Fuck, who the fuck was that? I had an actor, and I think it was an actress on, and she was it Mary Kate? I forget. Someone said they were recording in an old building, and they literally like came out running. They're like, we can't go in there that night. Like, it's fucking scary as fuck. If something moved, or I forget who the fuck that was, but I have to go back and look. Do you remember that episode? It's not everybody that I've seen that has really dark things, so I get that. Yeah, someone said that an actor and actress or director said they were recording in an old abandoned insane asylum or something for something. I forget who the fuck. It may have been Anthony, but they came out and they're like, yeah, forget it. No, we'll do it during the daytime. They couldn't do it or something. So as far as Bigfoot goes, Dustin, I got to ask, have you yourself had an encounter? Have you ever experienced something? No,
not cryptid.
UFO, no.
Paranormal, yes. Paranormal.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 times with witnesses. So, like where the plant where I work, there's a building. It's number 13. I've told this story numerous times on just about every show I've gone on. I probably maybe even told it on yours the first time. I don't even remember.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I can't remember what we talked about. But like, okay, so there's a building. It's 13. It doesn't run anything anymore, but it's still on the property. when I worked nights for 2.5 years, in the middle of the night when you pass this building, sometimes you'd smell cigar smoke, like clearly.
Yes, I remember the
Dude,
story.
cigar smoke. So I would get my flashlight, I look around because I'm not like a scaredy cat dude. And I'm like, dude, somebody, because there's only two guys working in the plant at night, and I know where the other guy's at. He's sitting behind the screen. Nobody's there.
Could be as basic as forming a question the right way and I was inviting him. Yes, you're right, Brandon. Absolutely. Go ahead.
And the thing about that is when I wouldn't even call it investigate. We didn't ask questions at all. We talked to each other like, hey, dude, what's up? You know, we're walking around like, look at this. This is cool. What's in this room? We weren't like, is anybody here who wants to communicate? Well, but yeah, so the story, the cigar smoke, there was a lady who worked there that would come in at 4 a.m. and brew coffee, and I love to drink coffee. And we were friends, so I'd go talk to her. Sometimes I'd drive dump trucks to the landfill for whatever, help her get a head start on the day. And we're in there one day, and she liked to talk about the old times because she'd been there a while. And she said she was talking about the old plant and building 13. She's like, there's an old guy who used to work here. And she's like, I can't remember his name, but he's passed away. He's dead. Every day for his break at lunch, he would smoke a cigar on the steps of Building 13. I can't think of his name. And like, I'm like, can I tell you something? And you just not think I'm like a crazy person. And I told her, and she's like, wow, really? And I'd actually had a dream before I'd ever even smelt cigar smoke, because it's just a creep. Everybody in like always identified it as a creepy building, and the lights. It's weird. You just have to be there at night to see it. And I was at the beach on vacation one time. I had this dream that I went to the stairs, yelled down into them for some stupid reason. I don't know. It's a dream, you know. I'm just like, oh, you know, it echoes. And all of a sudden, this figure runs out of the darkness at me. And he's wearing an old uniform that they would have worn in like the 90s, but I couldn't see his face. His face was obscured. So there's the dream, there's the cigar smoke, there's the secondhand account that there was actually a guy who is dead who used to smoke cigars. So that's one set of events
that's just the ones you can think of that you really can piece together. There might have been other ones where you're just like, oh, maybe it's a weird coincidence, or oh, did that really happen? How many times a day were you like, shit, did I see something? Nah, there's no
right. Yeah. You're working at night, you're kind of like seeing this chat, corner of your eye, you're like, oh, is that? No, it's nothing.
So you work, I was saying you work around the witching hour from like what, midnight to 3 a.m. It's like that's what
7 to 7, 11 to 7. There were different shifts, but always at night, always in the dark, and I liked it. It was fun. But
a couple more questions. I'm gonna go a little over at the time, but I'm gonna go a couple little bit over because I get some more now that I'm fucking feeling pretty good off that beer and joint bowl. Now my brain's starting to work. My ADHD's slowing down so I can think of some peacefully. I got some questions, but the first one I ask you first is Brandon. What's your opinion on graveyards? Brandon, fuck me. I saw Brandon in the comments. Brandon, yes, Brandon had the question. Thank you, Brandon. I love you, man. Brandon was a big part of the dudes, and that's where he knew them. He helped me load up Annabelle. I get it. Sounds like a residual haunting. Christina says that place might have meant a lot to you, or to the person there, rather, that smokes cigars. Yeah. Some people are older work there because not because they can retire, but they do it because they don't have nothing. Maybe their family's gone, family's passed, and their jobs are family. So I can dig that. But anyway, Dustin, what's your opinion on graveyards, brother? Do you find them peaceful? Do you go there do you go there at all to any locally?
Oh man, I love them.
I love them myself.
Like if we were hanging out right now, and you were kind of like, dude, let's go hang out in the cemetery. Like I would go. Like yes. I like them. If we travel, like me and my wife have been to Savannah, and we'll go like see cemeteries. Yeah. I do. I don't know. I find them peaceful. I find them not scary at all.
You know, in Savannah, Georgia, they have an airport, right? Mm-hmm. One of the runways has got a tombstone flattened, and it's on the runway. And I read it's on Atlas Obscura. It's on the runway. It's actually in the pavement laying down. But there's a fucking tombstone on the runway in Savannah, Georgia. Look it up on Atlas Obscura. That's no shit. That's where I look up all my sites. There's so much. There's a toilet graveyard in Maine I've been to where there's like 15 different brands of toilets, and they're all buried in a cemetery in northern Maine that's free. And it's just little weird shit. UFOs, Betty and Barney Hill, their graveyard in Kingston, New Hampshire. They're buried there, and it says of the third world kind journey, Betty and Barney Hill.
But you know, my next
So,
book is titled "The Other Side of the Graveyard," and
see?
there's meaning to that. We had a club as kids because we watched the freaking Monster Squad, so we're like, oh, dude, we need our own monster club. So
Wolfman's got nards.
yeah. So three of us founded it. Like three, my brother and my best friend. We're giving each other like code names and stuff, but we had other kids who wanted to join the club, so we would make them do two things. We had written questions like, how do you kill a werewolf? You had to answer
Oh, that's
like you had to take
awesome.
a little entry test, but the
I love
final
that.
initiation was that you had to go to the church, cross the graveyard at night by yourself, touch the other fence, and come back to us. And it's maybe 100 yards across. I mean, it's not like a small cemetery. And we would stand at the gate and watch to make sure you went to the other side. And if you did it, you were in the club and you got a cool nickname or whatever, and you got to come hang out.
That's fucking awesome. It's a little initiation. It's not really much to prove anything, but it's more or less like, do you have the balls? Because it can be freaky shit, man. I've had some experiences as you have.
Oh
So
yeah, man, dude.
that's
Like,
cool.
be like
That's
shaking
funny.
because they like it didn't bother us, but some of the other kids would be like, "Are you serious?" We're like, "Yeah, if you want the club, man." They're like shaking, like, "Man, I don't know if I can do this."
Did some
And
back
they
out?
would, huh?
Did some back out?
No, they all did it. But
Love it, man. That's awesome, Christina. She'd do it. Oh, she's the goat handler. Jethro P. Coltrane, the goat I signed, that's her handler there, Christina.
okay.
She's also a paranormal investigator on YouTube and shit, and she hangs out with the Thriving in Chaos podcast. You guys can get Dustin on your podcast and talk a little bit. They're coming up to Maine. They did some Salem shit. Get Dustin, talk to Rebel and them. Get Dustin on your show. He'd love to speak about his book. His recent book, guys, which you can get now. It's out. I'm almost done it. The Structure. Yes, Angie Barton, I'm almost done your book too. That's back at home. I forgot it. Luckily, I brought Dustin's book and left it at Heather's because she's gonna read it. So, pretty wild, man. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of shit going on. The dude's running right now in the woods, and he's falling through the water, and they're chasing him, and all his dreams are coming true. And he's missing his deceased daughter, and he's missing his passed away wife, and he misses his friend for Christ's sake. And oh, what a rush! What a fucking rush of a book.
Yeah,
Totally opposite. Not opposite, but it's different than the first one. I mean, there's not.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Well written though. You describe everything perfectly. The nutter butter, everything.
It's not a very long story either because it was intended to be part of my short story collection I'm working on now. But to tell the whole story, it ended up being a novella because it just couldn't be as short, as a regular short story. So I just made it its own thing.
There it is. If you guys look at the back, it almost looks like Eddie Van Halen's guitar.
Yeah.
The red with You catch that? I know my music. I know what's up. You're a guitarist. You fucking know. One of the best guitarists of all time. There's my napkin. There's my napkin, Dustin. I'm right before chapter. My next chapter is chapter 11.
Okay, I got it right here. What is chapter 11? Oh, you're almost done.
Murphy, Christmas lights.
Oh, that's the last chapter. Yeah,
shut the fuck up. It's a long one then. Wow.
Yeah, that's the finale. Well, I've actually got attached to it a story from Dirt Road Tells a Horror. That was in New Hampshire, that picture. My wife.
Shit.
Yeah, she took that after we left the Salem convention. We were staying in New Hampshire, and we were having dinner, and she shot that picture of me just sitting there. I think it was after I'd just gotten off the phone with you and Thomas and Nate, and all of y'all were hanging out together, and we talked, and she took that picture of me. I was like, oh, okay, let's go. I'll put that in the book.
Dude, you and your wife are a lot of fun. Heather fell right in love. She's like, Dustin and his wife, cool people, very chill, very quiet, no drama. I like people like that. Like Heather's not a people person anymore. I say that with love, but you're very much her cup of tea, you and your wife. So that's cool. Where do you see you and your wife and your family going as far as bucket list? Give me a couple before we go any place. Give me some places you got to go for America and for Europe, or like not Europe, but other than America.
Okay. Well, I can throw out different ones. I'll go like anywhere. Like, dude, you could tell me tomorrow if it was paid for and I had like time off words like, hey, you want to go to Iowa and look at this? Like, I'll go. But I think we're looking at a trip because we've been to a few places, and our last big one was we went to Wyoming and Idaho and went to the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone, all that. Man, I could live there. It was so nice. I
I
think
hear a lot of good things
California,
about the West. Yeah.
yeah, Northern California, the redwoods, uh, those kind of places. West Coast, probably. I've been up and down the East Coast. I like the old history. East Coast, okay, but the wide open West, and I'm tired of all this, heat and humidity here. I don't know, probably let's say redwoods for America.
I can see you chasing Jesse James a little bit, trying to find out his old hot spots and shit.
Yeah.
I like that shit too. I like the old school Wyatt Earp. I kind of like the one horse town, the fucking put them up, Pilgrim. I kind of like that lore. Well, I know you're not. Yes, you're not the owner, but you're like the handler. It kind of runs with you and the girls. But yes, I know it's all kind of. I know. I represent the goat too, though. But yes, exactly, Christina. But I can dig that. So that's kind of cool. Is there any place outside of America that you dig? Like, are you like maybe Russia, Italy, Egypt?
Oh yeah, any of them. Let's see.
I like that answer. That's a good answer. A lot of people just go, well, I don't know. I like to see it all while I can. Alaska,
Yeah. I mean, I like
Antarctica.
I follow a few pages. Like there's some Scottish pages, York, England, tourist page I followed before because I like just the lush green, foggy countryside, dude. It just looks so refreshing.
The old castles, brick castles.
Yeah. Genetically,
fields.
though, I figured out. I always thought that the grammar name was an English name, and it is. There is a branch, but recently I was able to trace through my granddad's side of the family all the way back to find out that the grammar that we're descended from are from Bavaria, Germany.
No shit.
Yeah. I just like maybe in the last 6 or 7 months, I found census stuff and tracked that back that the first grammars in the 1700s came from Bavaria. So that's cool. My mom is from Portugal, and I've been to where she grew up.
No shit.
So yeah, like 100%. That's her lineage. So I've been there. I've been to the Middle East with a deployment. Landed in Germany for a little while at an airport. Landed in Shannon, Ireland for a minute. I'd like to see Japan. I think that'd be cool. My son wants to go to Italy really bad, so Greece.
I can see you going through the historical shit of just anything from the Stonehenge to the soldiers with the big black hats that salute you, and if they touch their horse and kick you.
I like to read their story. I like to read classic English literature. Victorian ghost stories and such. So Bram Stoker, of course.
You're at Dracula's Castle in Romania, Transylvania. I can see that.
I would go there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to give you a generic answer, but I was kind of like thinking, Romania would be cool.
Oh my God, how dope would that be? I see an impaled body on a stake right in front of you. I mean, they don't do that anymore, but you know what I mean. It's be kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be. You might want to call the police if you go and see that right now.
I bet kids my reservation.
That's supposed to be there.
What are we back in New York again? What the fuck happened? Well, cool, man. I'm booked till the end of the year, but maybe once I get someone on that you can vibe with, if you want to play co-host one of these times, would you be open to coming on or playing a co-host again in the near future?
Man, for me to be kind of a reclusive, introverted person, whether it seems that way or not, man, I'm up like for anything. Like if you think enough of me to invite me to your stuff, like, dude, will you be on my show? Dude, will you do this? If you thought enough of me to ask you, I'll do it, dude.
Man, you're so humble. Well,
yeah,
I'm not exactly Regis Philbin, but the fact that people like you and Gene tries to catch in, you guys watch past episodes, that literally means the world to me, because I'm not doing this for money and fame, even though I wish I kind of was. But at the same time, I do it because it's fun. I do it because it's neat to meet people. Man, and I get $2 bucks, but
I like both of your Gene episodes too. I listen to those and the big cats. I've gotten a lot of information from that, but I like when y'all talk about wrestling because she's like really cool about it.
You like wrestling?
I'm not like a big. I grew up without cable, TV, so I didn't get to watch it. But I just thought it was cool. Like it's fun to listen to.
Gino's and shit. They just had the pay-per-view there. the big one. And at the end, it was fucking our girl Rhea Ripley, who's just hot as fuck. My girlfriend Heather loves her. And it was her versus Io Shirai. Now, this Asian chick, this girl from Tokyo, Japan, she's been champion for almost a year, and they were fighting left and right. And then Naomi comes out, the black chick that I met, the one I was in the cover of my picture. I was like, ah. And she was the chick next to me. She won the belt. She cashed in the thing. Money in the Bank is like a contract thing. She cashed in at the end of the match because you can do that. The referee doesn't know what to do. They ring the bell. She comes in, pins them. Fucking people in the crowd are going. I love it. It's such an escape from just politics and Trump and money and just everything. I'm not gonna get political because it's so much shit on TV.
Yeah,
it's so fun to watch wrestling, get high, and just relax.
Yeah, that's the other thing about me, man. All of us have an opinion. All of us feel a certain way. Every one of us has a different belief. But I don't get into that. Like, I'm not.
Life's short, brother.
I get tired of hearing about it, man. I don't want to hear about this all day long. I want to. Life's tough enough as it is.
Dude, you never know, man. Dan's on tour with Annabelle, 54 years old, kids at home, and he passes away. I could die tonight in my sleep. This could be my last show ever. So why just relax, get high, watch what you like, make love if you can. Don't hurt no one, and just simple pimple, man. Is it that hard, Dust? I don't know.
Yeah, we're all leaving, at some point. So
I love not having skeletons in the closet. I love knowing people like you. I was blessed to meet you and your wife, for Heather to give you a fucking granola bar, and for you to fall in love with us. Because I'm going to be in your next movie. You know that, right?
Oh, man, yeah, if I ever make one, for sure.
You can use my music.
Dude, I could probably put you on a Terror Tuesday if I make any this year.
Heather can kill me, please. I'll pay you for
I'm so busy right now. Like, everybody, there's a handful of people that really like those, but they take a lot of effort, and I want to do them. I just got to make sure they're quality enough to pose. Once I start Terror Tuesday, they have to come out every week from September to October, and I've got to make sure I'm ready for that. And my daughter's really wanting to.
Oh, your kids are so involved.
Oh, they're funny, man, and they're
gonna be actors and actresses.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let them probably carry this season a little bit more if we make it, but. I could put you in one of those easy. I put Raph in it as the reporter. Remember, the gorilla escapes from the zoo, and he's like, Goober the gorilla has escaped from the zoo, and Raph was the reporter.
He's such a goof. I love him. Former professional wrestler himself. Him and Gene. He loves Gene. Real quick before we go, you come up next September. And Heather can kill me in front of Stephen King's gate it's on the public street. So with one of your books or something, that'd be great in one of your movies. Like, kills me with a structure or something. It's a great read. It's killer. Pow! And I'm in front of Stephen King's gate. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Guys, Dustin Grammer, Moonlit Monster Media. 2 more minutes to go. Anything you want to say? Where people find you real quick before we end it?
Yeah, I just say thank you. Thank you to everybody who's took time to read stuff I do or watch stuff I do. It's
Dustin,
been fun.
They want to contact you, want to be in their guest on their podcast, please, after the show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Please message Dustin. He's pretty decent. He's busy, but you guys will work it out. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. I've met so many great people, so I'm just really thankful for that. Thankful to be friends with you. Heather saved my life, and Salem by Feed Me. Man, if you feed me, dude, like, we're friends. Like, if you
he's like that stray dog. Don't give him a kibble. He'll never leave.
Yeah, man. It's like I have went and done physical labor for people because they're like, there's a cheeseburger. I'm like, dude, I'll feed you. I can't pay you. Like, hey, what are we doing? What are we working on today?
I got about 30 free stickers in a book. So, I mean, that's pretty fucking good right there. You give Justin a fucking Cheez-It, and he may just give you one of his movies signed it. So anyway, yes, good show. Actually, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I know I'm a little buzzed. It's been a long fucking week. So it's out here in Maine. It's about 100 and something where Dustin is there in fucking Alabama.
Yeah.
Up here in Maine, it's in the high 80s, which is like 130, bub. So we'll talk soon. Dust, I'll get you as a co-host. And until next time, my brother, thank you for your time. Give the old lady a hug for me, and Heather, give her a granola bar. Say it's from Heather, whatever you want to do. We'll keep in contact soon. Fantastic show. Thank you so much. I'm going to have you on in about Food is Life is correct. I'm going to have Christina on it, I think in October. So I'll get you girls coming up for the next season. Hold on. Italian, we have inner need to feed you. See, Heather's Italian. Her with Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf's from Gatton, Alabama. You ever heard of Gatton?
No, was it Gadsden maybe?
Oh, Gadsden. Yes.
Yeah. I think you asked me that one time.
I've been
through there. I think it's about maybe 2.5, 3 hours from where I'm at. I'm on the west side. like Central West Alabama is where I'm at.
Heather said if I let her have Yellow Wolf, she'll let me have Alexa Bliss. So I don't know. I'm willing to trade, I guess. Enjoyed being. Thank you, Samaya. I appreciate you, Enchantress. Thank you for Gadsden is Gadsden.
Yeah, Gadsden, yeah.
And we're friends with Mama Wolf. We had her on the show. Anyway, dude, musician, comedian, actor, director, producer, filmmaker, film writer, Dustin fucking Grammer. I don't know if it's really his middle name. It could be. Thank you for coming on, man. You're always a blast. I love talking with you. We got an hour and a half out of your time. If you're good, I'm good. This will be up on YouTube this weekend. I'll tag your mug in it.
All right.
And if your girlfriend's done doing body presses and squats, she can check it out. And we'll fucking we'll talk soon.
Yeah. If you piss me off, like I'm just gonna send her to beat you up. Yeah.
I started watching this on. She's doing like the fucking back pull downs. I'm like, holy shit, she's got back.
I think maybe she has hope. Like she believes in me enough to think maybe I'll be an author and she's got to be my security or something. I don't know.
I love it though. You guys are living your best life. You're raising your kids. You're doing it right. You're trying to stay focused. You're staying busy. You're not hurting no one, and you're both transforming. And dude, Dustin, you're one of the good ones. Guys, check out Dustin on Facebook. If you want his shit, you can't find it, message me. Go, hey, how do I get his book? I'll hook you up. We'll figure something out. So Dustin Grammer, Moonlit Monster Media. We all know the inside joke now. Thank you for being a guest on Historically Haunted VODCAST, man. And thank you for being a fan of the show and just being you. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
And all right, guys, we'll see you next week. Next week is 2 more shows to go. I have actress in the upcoming Amityville Barbie movie, Brianna Gofflin. I hope I said that right. She's the guest next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Dustin Grammer, Moonlit Monster Media. Fucking A, Zombie Media. Thanks, guys. I'll learn how to